Superman news video for the week March 28th to April 3rd, 2014. Our top stories in this week's Speeding Bulletin include 3 new cast members join the Superman-Batman movie, DC Comics temporarily cancels the final 2 issues of Superman Unchained, and we had some fun with prank news items for the April Fool's Day event. Let's take a closer look at these news stories and more in this week's Speeding Bulletin. In movie news, Warner Bros. Pictures announced that Oscar-winning actress Holly Hunter, Callan Mulvey of 300 Rise of an Empire, and Tao Okamoto of The Wolverine have joined the cast of the upcoming untitled Superman-Batman film. All 3 actors will play characters newly created for the film, which is set to open worldwide on May 6, 2016. The Michigan Film Office posted a casting call for people in the Detroit area interested in an opportunity to be a film extra for the Superman-Batman movie. The specific casting call is for clean-cut military and law enforcement types and business executives in suits over 18 years, male and female. For more details, head to michiganfilmoffice.org. In a profile piece on new Warner Bros. CEO Kevin Tsujihara, the New York Times also touched on the expected announcement of a series of films based on the DC universe of characters in the near future, which is expected to include a Justice League movie. Josh Brolin spoke with Yahoo Movies about the decision not to proceed when Zack Snyder offered him the role of Batman in the upcoming Superman-Batman film. He said, "Me and Zack had a conversation about it, and there were several reasons why we said it wasn't the best idea on both sides. I had mine and Zack had his." Russell Crowe told Yahoo Movies that he won't be reprising his role as Jor-El for the upcoming follow-up to Man of Steel, saying, "I don't think they're going to use me again, I think they're jumping onto a different stream." Collider.com sat down with screenwriter David S. Goyer, mainly to talk to him about the 2nd season of Da Vinci's Demons, but also to ask him to look back on Man of Steel and give his thoughts on whether there was anything he wanted to change or wasn't completely happy with. By the way, there was nothing. While promoting the new film Draft Day, Kevin Costner spoke with Collider.com about the challenges he faced working on Man of Steel while praising the collaborative style of director Zack Snyder. Costner said that as an actor he values rehearsal time, which was difficult with the fast pace of Man of Steel, but that he and Zack Snyder found a way to make it work. With his film Noah sailing to the top of the box office this past weekend, director Darren Aronofsky revealed to MTV that he would absolutely have taken on the job of directing Man of Steel if circumstances had fallen his way. He said, "Superman's one of the holy grails, it's Superman, it's the best superhero." In TV news, DC Comics posted a new episode of their DC All Access videos, this time going behind the scenes with Jeff Johns and the creators of Robot Chicken DC Special 2, Villains in Paradise, which is set to air on Cartoon Network in the USA on April 6th. Entertainment Weekly also posted an exclusive clip showing what happens to a new intern at the Daily Planet. Check out both videos in full on our website now. Dean Cain participated in a Q&A panel at this past weekend's Wizard World Louisville Comic Con. Superman homepage reporter Kevin Gunn recorded a video of the panel for us all to watch, which includes Dean Cain mentioning supermanhomepage.com. Check that part out.
I thought of one more question. Do you get to do you get to look at any of the social media sites, and if so, which one's your favorite, say, Superman homepage?
Obviously the Superman homepage.
Yeah.
The Superman sites themselves.
Yeah.
My social media is more or less limited to Twitter. I'll tweet certain things out and people will post things. So when there's things that are posted, if they're posted there, sometimes I'll click on them and go, because man, you can spend all day on those things. I don't know if you guys know that. You can get lost in that internet place. So I don't really frequent a lot of it, but if somebody posts something, I go and check out the sites for sure. I just don't find myself with a lot of time to do that, to surf around. So unless it's something that I can link and pop onto, I don't really check anything out. But if you got suggestions, tweet me.
Supermanhomepage.com.
Supermanhomepage.com. All right, now we got something to check out.
Fans may have been aware that in 2013, Henry Cavill was dating actress Kaylee Cuoco from The Big Bang Theory, in what turned out to be a short-lived relationship. The actress, now married to Ryan Sweeney, reveals in the May 2014 issue of Cosmopolitan magazine that the whole Superman thing was too much for her. She said, "I had no one following me until I met Superman. The recognition has been crazy." In comic book news, comic book retailers were informed on Tuesday night that DC Comics would be cancelling all orders for issues number 8 and 9 of Superman Unchained, the final 2 issues of Scott Snyder and Jim Lee's best-selling series. Originally solicited for March and April 2014 releases, respectively, DC Comics will now solicit both issues at a later date. Issue number 7 is expected to be released in mid-May. Writer Charles Soule spoke to comicbookresources.com about his work on the Superman Wonder Woman title and the expectations for the upcoming Superman Doom saga set to cross over with the other Superman comic book titles. He said, as far as Doomsday now, it's been more than 20 years since that happened, so this is a chance to take that storyline and subvert people's expectations of it a little bit. Superman homepage reporter Kevin Gunn caught up with comic book creator Neil Adams at this past weekend's Wizard World Louisville Comic Con to talk to him about the upcoming arrival of the Superman 6-issue miniseries, his relationship with DC Comics, and his thoughts on the new 52.
Come on. It's a gimmick. They tried it. Why did they lose 20 titles? Now they have to reboot them again. What are they trying to do? Well, they're trying to come up with new titles that they can make movies out of, right? Mm-hmm. Isn't that the idea?
Yeah.
Because they only really have 4 characters. Superman,
Batman, Wonder Woman, and
who else? Who's the 4th?
Yeah.
Green Lantern, Green Arrow kind of combination.
Mm-hmm.
Flash. That's their first tier of titles, and then within that tier, there's a kind of there's lowballing going on. And then what's their second tier of titles?
Comic books we reviewed this week included Superman number 29, which was reviewed by Adam DeChannel, who gave it a 5 out of 5, saying plenty of great dialogue and iteration. Adam also reviewed Teen Titans number 29, saying genuinely one of the best issues of Teen Titans written in the new 52, and he gave this a 4 out of 5 score. Alyssa Gossage reviewed Adventures of Superman chapter 48, giving it a 4 out of 5, saying Keating's tale reminds us that Superman is timeless. With Supergirl and Batman involved, James Lance reviewed Red Lanterns number 29, saying this story has lots of great character moments throughout each page, and he gave this a 5 out of 5. Smallville Lantern Chapter 3 was reviewed by Matt Shaw, who said if it weren't placed at this point in Smallville's timeline, all would be well, and he gave this a 3 out of 5. And T.A. Hewitt reviewed Injustice Year 2 Chapter 6, calling it an appetising mix of air pies and breeze fritters, and he gave this a 3 out of 5. Superman comics and other products available this week from April 2nd include Adventures of Superman Chapter 49 digital comic has been available since March 31st. Action Comics number 30, which is available in a variant cover. Earth 2 number 22, which is also available in a variant cover. Trinity of Sin Phantom Stranger number 18 includes Superman. Smallville Lantern Chapter 4 digital comic will be available April 4th. Justice League Beyond 2.0 Chapter 17 digital comic will be available April 5th. Justice League Volume 4 The Grid hardcover. Justice League Volume 3 Throne of Atlantis trade paperback. Superman Red Sun trade paperback new edition. And DC Comics Supervillains Bizarro action figure. With April Fool's Day having just passed, it's only right that we give the imp from the fifth dimension his dues and celebrate this mischievous Mr. Mixius Pitlick. Get yourself a gold Mr. Mixius Pitlick t-shirt from 1995. Or how about a Say It Backwards Mr. Mixius Pitlick button for a measly $1.99. These and other great Mixie items are available from your one-stop Superman shop, the Superman homepage online store at supermanhomepage.com/shop. And in other news, a study conducted by Australian marketing and advertising researcher BNT has discovered that Superman's appeal, while strong in consumers over 35, drops dramatically amongst younger fans. Probably the most telling finding is that whilst Batman and Superman share the top spot amongst 35 to 55-year-olds, Superman drops to 5th for 18 to 34-year-olds. The Superman homepage Super Trivia Quiz has been updated for another month. The 3 questions we're asking you this time around are: when Superman returned from the dead after his comic book battle with Doomsday in the mid-90s, other than having no powers, what was the most obvious change to his physical appearance? Brainiac is usually responsible for shrinking and stealing which Kryptonian city? And Superman fires heat vision from his eyes, Darkseid fires what from his eyes? If you think you know the answer to all 3 questions, come by the site now to submit your entry. As has been the tradition for quite a few years now at the Superman homepage, We posted a couple of fake news items on April 1st as April Fool's Day pranks, catching out a few unsuspecting readers with the following stories. Our first prank was a news item stating that Warner Brothers had released the official title of the Superman-Batman movie as being The Cowl and the Cape. And the other was a news story which said that DC Entertainment had forced the Chamber of Commerce in Metropolis, Illinois to replace their Superman statue with one reflecting the character's current costume as seen in the New 52. And finally, in a fun little re-edit, a fan has put together an alternate ending to the award-winning film Gravity that Superman fans might enjoy. That's all the Superman news there was for the week March 28th to April 3rd. I'm Steve Younis from SupermanHomepage.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Bye.
Great Scott. Great Scott. Great Scott.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to an amazing, incredible, fantastic, wondrous, wonderful, magnanimous, awesome, best day ever episode of Great Scott. I'm Scotty V. Thanks, everybody, for watching. You'll never guess what happened to me this week. I am incredibly stoked about it. I can't believe it. It's something I never expected in a billion years. Even though I've done a lot of things, even though I've tried to, pursue my career, and I've tried to be entertaining, and I've tried to, make people laugh or make people enjoy what I'm doing. I sing, I do these things. And even though I've got this great passion for Superman and I've done a lot of things, trying to promote the character, I never expect to be noticed by the WB. And I talk about how no one watches the show, and I'm sure no one cares at the powers that be when we fans or when anybody stands up and says that things should be changed or we should do something a certain way or when we have suggestions. So I never in a million years would expect it. So just when you think the winter is never going to end, just when you think it's going to be freezing outside all summer, just when you think another freak Sunday night storm is going to bring hail and wind and freezing cold weather and snow and spring has just begun and you don't think it's ever actually going to get here, a great phone call happens, and here's I had to do it this way. I haven't even told Steve about this yet. You guys are the first to know. It's the first time he's going to see it. It's the first time anybody's going to hear about it. But here it is, a little video I took. I had to take it right after this thing happened to me the other day, so check it out. Oh my God. Oh. So here I am, I'm sitting in my bus, I'm waiting for the next run to start, and normally all you can do is, you can't be on the phone, I would miss a call, and hopefully, maybe get back at the, shut up, you! Trying to tell these people something exciting. So, I'm sitting here, and, normally I would miss the call, like I said, because you can't be talking while you're driving in the bus. I'm a school bus driver, see? And I'm sitting here and I'm waiting. I'm in my bus number 13. The kids are about to get on for my second run. So my phone rings and I hear it vibrating. I don't even have the sound on because I don't want to be distracted while I'm driving. So it rings and I go, well, I got a few minutes. I'll pick it. I'll see what. I don't recognize the number. I answer the phone and this lady comes on and she says, please hold for Mr. Snyder. No, I'm thinking I don't know any Mr. Snyder, and I figure this is probably like a collection call or a solicitation call of some kind, and they're always coming in, and whether you bought something or not, they're trying to collect bills from you, whether you owe anything, whether your insurance should have paid it, whether you didn't even have a bill in the first place. So, I'm about to hang up, and Zack Snyder comes on. Hello, this is Zack Snyder. What? Hello? And I'm figuring that obviously it's got to be some kind of a joke because, when I was young, in high school, like 9th grade, I was reading all the Gunslinger books. I was a big Stephen King fan, and there was this character named Jake, and he was about my age. He was probably a little younger, but I always thought, I'm going to be an actor, and I can be this character, and I just hope that somebody meets me and something. So, and I was telling people, I think at school, and at one point at home, I got a call at home. The guy said he was the director of the new movie that was going to be based on the Dark Tower, and they wanted me to play Jake, and of course, I got all excited. I'm 12 years old or whatever age I am, and as a kid you're kind of silly and you don't know what the truth is or what's happening, and so I told my parents, and of course they had to tell me that it probably wasn't going to happen, but not to get too excited, and but so my heart was broken, and so when this call came in, I figured,
somehow somebody is messing with me. But so he tells me he knows my show, he knows the Superman homepage, that the people at the WB actually do know the show. He even knows the joke that I do where I say that nobody's watching, and that they want to use me in some capacity for the show and for the movie, for the big film. And they saw my Lex Luthor thing, and obviously they wanted to go with a really big name for Lex Luthor, and they want to keep the big names going, and so they didn't know what they could use me for, but they cast Jesse Eisenberg, and they want to meet me, and they want to use me for something, and they've seen my Jack Ryder bits, and they think that maybe because I host a show and I'm kind of like a news guy, that I could be possibly Jack Ryder in the movie, and that they would even write a small part for me, and that maybe even sometime it could end up its own movie or its own character, or it could expand. So I'm over the moon, and this is the greatest day of my life, and I'm so excited, and I'm so glad, and you guys are part of it, and the Superman homepage, and Steve and everybody else, and I can't believe this. Thank you. I'm so excited. I gotta go to my run now.
So there you have it. I'm stoked, as I said. I in the video, over the moon. I can't believe it. I'm looking forward to it. I can't believe that they might even base a thing on my Jack Ryder impersonation, which actually came from the DC Universe Online game. I mean, it's a little more extensive when I do it because they're just little clips on there, but it's a great character. It could be lots of fun, and he had some other ideas that he's going to, tell me about at our meeting, which is next week, and they're flying me out there. I can't, it's unbelievable that something like this would happen from my association with the Superman homepage and you guys. So thanks very much for watching, everybody, and remember, it's the first week of April.